Hello everyone, today I will bring you the 2023 American drama The Blacklist. 3 and 4 of Season 10, the billionaires leave billions after their death. Turns out the triplet daughters weren't interested. Among them, the eldest daughter wants to keep flowing. All he wants to do is take over the company. Second daughter has persecution delusions, hiding in the dark room all day long. The third daughter is keen on public welfare, always treat money like dung, and as an old friend, after the Red Devil found out, his eyes lit up instantly. It's unreasonable not to take advantage of this cheap, but before that he has to eliminate a threat, because just last week, billionaire Warren S. lawyer dies in hotel bathroom. The apparent cause of death was an accidental slip and fall, but he believes it's actually a coyote. The coyote is a natural scavenger. He will force the target's family and peers to even torture or mutilate them. Go find where the hidden loot is. According to clues provided by Reddington, Coyote's real name is Sean, and Warren, before he died, transferred a huge amount of assets to an unknown account. The whereabouts of the fortune remain unknown to this day, so if the Coyotes don't get a clue from the lawyer, the next 3 daughters are likely to be at risk. A prophecy. Before the investigation started, eldest daughter Kendall found hanged at home. Looks like the Coyotes are taking one by one. The other 2 daughters must be found and secured. Now the third daughter Leah is abroad, has been notified, but the second daughter Alex disappeared 8 months ago. Where should I find it?
I know where Alex lives. I've driven Kendall to her building in Hoboken lots of times.
For this reason, the 2 of Donald quickly drove to the place. However, as said at the beginning, Alex has persecution paranoia. Plus now that Kendall is dead at home, he didn't even let the 2 of them in through the door. At the same time, Reddington also got into action. He knew Warren left a poem to his 3 daughters before he died, and he's probably the one who cracked the password to the legacy's whereabouts. As for how he got the poem, I have to blame Kendall for not hiding too deep. On the surface he doesn't care about inheritance. In private, they secretly found a cryptanalyst to crack, and that analyst is one of Reddington's current. The first stanza of the poem goes like this: to find the answer you want, need to sit with Hemingway, until the sun leaves the last ray of light. Hemingway is mentioned in the poem, but Leishu remembers that Warren hated Hemingway very much, and Robert said, maybe Warren likes Hemingway cigars. Reddington makes sense. Looks like the first thing to do now is sneak into Warren's study. However, when the 2 successfully sneaked in and found the cigar, from noon to evening again, the sun is about to set, but still no clue. There's so much smoke in the house now. Robert toots out. If I want to see each other, I'm afraid I have to turn on the light.
Does that look like the sun's last ray to you?
This time the password hidden under the lampshade is revealed. Now the 2 old men are very happy. Quickly get out the poem and check the second clue. It says you can't define his light. Find the rock I was talking about. Whisper to him, does the shining stone refer to diamonds? Reddington begs to differ. Warren's least favorite jewelry, the only diamond ever bought, or the diamond ring given to his wife at the time of marriage, and after buying back, immediately engraved a miniature number on the diamond. In case it is stolen later, it can prove that the diamond is his. Hearing this, Robert had a whim. Could the number on the diamond be the next password? After speaking, I saw a photo of my second daughter Alex next to me, and that diamond ring happened to be on his finger. To this end, Reddington immediately collects Alex's clues, and according to Ito's survey, Alex detoxed from all electronic devices before disappearing, but 2 weeks ago, he sent a private message to a user named Crazy IRC using his trumpet. The content is to discuss the anti-surveillance device invented by Crazy IRC, and according to this, Ito successfully found his address. Next morning, the third daughter Leah rushed back. Saya then sent him to the safe house, and Reddington came to Alex's residence. He also made a very provocative grimace at the camera. This pissed Donald off. Get out of the car on the spot and go up to the theory. As a result, Dem grabbed him. If coyotes are outside too, getting out of the car now will only scare the snake. As expected, coyotes are indeed watching from a distance, but unexpectedly, his employer turned out to be his third daughter Leah. Leah informs coyotes, can't kill like Kendall this time, better take Alex to him, he wants to see what he knows. Not long after, the two of Reddington came to Alex's door, and thanks to the identity of a crazy IRC in disguise, after the two sides matched the code, Alex trustingly opened the door. Robert pretends to chat with Alex about anti-surveillance devices. Reddington made an excuse to look around for suspicious electronic equipment, at the same time hints inside and outside the words. Mineral crystals can affect device operation.
Like rubies, emeralds, diamonds.
So the dog's name is Diamond. No wonder he calls diamonds. And Alex said he did have jewelry, but he sold them all to fund a project of his own. It even includes the diamond ring left by the mother. And Reddington suddenly thought of something. He made an excuse to keep looking. Then he snapped his fingers and called Diamond to his side. Whisper to him, "Now look, I guess the clues are in the ears." As expected, Diamond really has a tattoo on the inside of his right ear. God wanted Reddington reminder it's time to leave. But at this moment, the electricity in the house suddenly cut off. Seeing so, Reddington had to tell the truth. There are others looking for this money. After speaking, let Robert go downstairs and wait for him. He himself contacted Dundee immediately. The two who received the news quickly drew their guns and rushed into the building. But now there is only one diamond left in the house. Alex has escaped through the secret passage, but he wouldn't think of his escape route. Leah already told the coyotes. Not long after, Saya spies on the coyote's car, and found him driving in the direction of the safe house. Meanwhile, the agents in the safe house have lost contact, so Kolb immediately contacted Donald to rush over, then called Reddington again, but Reddington just glanced at it and ignored it. What he needs now is to decipher the remaining third clue, and the third stanza of the poem reads, "All stories have an ending, the sadness he conveyed. Get down on your knees to end my story. Read what is engraved on my heart. Read what is engraved on my heart. Warren are so cold. How can I read it?"
I'm certain of it. We need to locate Warren's grave.
At this time, the other side, Alex has been taken to a safe house by coyotes, and Leah didn't pretend. Alex directly if he has cracked any clues. That's the moment Alex knew Kendall was killed by Leah. He is disheartened, turned around and wrote the tattoo in the ear of the diamond. Now Leah has all the clues. There's no need for Alex to stay.
We really can't afford to leave any witnesses behind.
He came to his father's grave and smashed the tombstone. Reddington and Robert also came over at this time. Reddington said, "Leah and Coyote are a perfect match," but Leah didn't think. Coyotes will eventually kill them anyway, and Leah said it will never be possible. It turned out that the gunshot just now, the man who fell was a coyote, and Alex curled up in horror. He told Dem Leah let him wait here. He'll be back here at the cemetery in a little while. Leah, who ruined the clue, was complacent. The last stanza of the poem says, "Kneel down and read what's inscribed on Warren's heart," and this tombstone was originally set by him. The above inlay is exactly one of the powder-refined star wheels, but Reddington said Leah was thinking too simply, because he ignored the first two lines of the poem. All stories have an ending, the sadness he conveyed. After all, Reddington tells a story. One afternoon many years ago, he and Warren were sitting in the mouth of the boat. Hear Warren share what motivates him to create wealth. That's the grief of losing a wife. It's the pain that numbs the heart. But even with all this wealth created, but still can't fill the hole left in my heart by my wife's death. So the wife is Warren's heart, instead of some stupid star wheel. After speaking, Reddington pointed to the tomb of Warren's wife next to him. Then I lifted my feet and swept away the fallen leaves. The clues have been gathered. Leave it to the Bureau, Leah. After that, with the help of Ito, the three passwords were combined into one, successfully logged into Warren's e-wallet. But ironically, there was a video found inside. Warren in the video to his daughters. It is gratifying to put aside prejudices and work together. At the same time, I'm sorry that I couldn't be with them more.
Tragic tale, no doubt.
Reddington then decided to transfer half of the amount to Robert, but Robert says a third is enough. This really caught Reddington's attention, and with Ito Eaton operating, untold balances jump into Alex's account. All dust settled. Reddington came to Kolb's house. He knows Kolb has a lot of problems, like helping Robert out of prison or Warren's legacy. Unexpectedly, Kolb said he had nothing to ask. More than 10 years of cooperation with more than 200 Blacklist characters. He already knows how Reddington does things, so nothing can surprise him anymore. Seeing so, Reddington also opens up, suggests if Kolb can let Robert go. The reason is that he might need some help. Some action teams can't help. In this regard, Kolb said that it can be considered. Then ask who is the ultimate winner this time, Reddington and Robert, who betrayed who in the end. Reddington smiled slightly after hearing this. It means those are old calendars, but Reddington would not have thought that while saying this. Wu Jing's men found Robert, informed of Robert's arrest last year. In fact, it was all planned by Reddington.
If you want to learn more, call this number when you're ready.
Female judge looking at file with horror, then died in the office in the blink of an eye. Bruno was left on her computer. The Bruno family is a well-known local gang. Among them, old Bruno was sent to the prison by the female judge. Little Bruno has repeatedly threatened to kill the judge, so the case seems solid. But the more this is the case, the easier it is to ignore the details. Reddington's companion, top crime expert Herbie, agrees. The operations team located Detective Fleming, who discovered the scene that night, and according to Fleming's description, Dockery called him that night, claims to have found out about a case. Dockery is very scared on the phone. Also during the trial of old Bruno, he found out that little Bruno has been stalking and intimidating Dockery. He has plenty of videos to prove it. Little Bruno did this. It can be seen that Fleming has some preconceived ideas, but it's not completely unreasonable. Therefore, it is necessary to continue to dig deeper, and after discussing, Kolb decided to proceed from defendants in Dockery's past cases, see if any of them have the potential to be paid, and asked Saya to hand over the relevant files of the Dockery murder case to Hepburn, in order to expedite the overall investigation progress. The ex-defendants were brought back for questioning shortly after, but either of them have an alibi. Either be grateful for Docker, there is no such thing as revenge. In this way, the clues of the investigation were cut off again. Saya also sighed. Maybe the case is what it seems. And then Herbie called, said he found something in the dossier. For this reason Saya immediately came to Herbie's house, and Herbie's first words made his pupils tremble. Dockery to write the murderer's name at all, because his spine was severed. This means that although he was ultimately strangled to death, but the moment the spine snapped he was paralyzed. Fingers can no longer tap the keyboard at all. Saya immediately told Kolb. The latter immediately asked Donald to go to jail to meet old Bruno, see if he knows who's trying to frame his son. But after meeting old Bruno, he said that Chen has recently reconciled with the two major enemies. There will be no sudden frame-up of his son.
Look, if we were gonna whack the judge, don't you think we would have done it before she sent us up the river?
In addition, old Bruno said, Docker is not as sunny as it looks. He may have a lover secretly, because little Bruno has seen more than once Dockery in and out of the hotel, and every time I come out, my face is full of spring. To prove it, Donald leads a team to research the Dockery office. Unexpectedly, the search accidentally found a threatening letter. The person who wrote the letter is called Moody. He berated Dockery for letting the murderer go, caused his missing daughter Emma to be forgotten, and emphatically before Docker gets its comeuppance, he will never stop. Read this letter. Saya remembers. Anton, defendant in Moody and Emma's disappearance, have been interviewed before. Anton was acquitted in the end, and also set up a legal fund. Is it true that Moody has nowhere to sue? To retaliate? For this they immediately found the Moody couple. As for the threatening letter, Moody did not deny, but he said it was just for venting, and he was with his wife that night. And when the daughter Emma was mentioned again, the wife couldn't help crying while holding the same necklace as mother and daughter. But that's when Donald noticed a photo. After inquiring, I learned that it was after Emma disappeared. Wife found it in Emma's apartment. The photo was taken of a calla lily flower. This is very similar to what was found at the scene of the Dockery murder, so Donald told Moody not to leave the local. At the same time, I was told to borrow the photos back for investigation. After returning to the base, they carefully compared the two photos, and sent a picture of the calla lily at the scene of the crime to Herbie, and Herbie was very puzzled after seeing it. Ask Saya if she added a filter, for the flower emits a unique gleam. It's like spraying something on the surface. Where exactly is it unusual? He needs to do some testing. But one thing is for sure, the two flowers look absolutely identical, so if possible, he wants to test the calla lilies at the crime scene. It's not a big problem. Kolb asked the two of Donald to find Anton, and drop by the calla lily samples to Herbie. Not long after Donald and Saya met Anton, and after Anton learned of the intention of the two. Frankly, I did have conflicts with Moody over Emma. To be precise, he was the one who was beaten, and then he got a couple of threatening letters from Moody, but he ignored those.
Wait, do we think he killed Allie?
This made Saya instantly alert, because this kind of nickname is only given to close people. While talking, Donald saw a garden full of calla lilies, so I turned around and went outside to check. Anton, under Saya's constant questioning, admitted to having an affair with Dockery. The reason why he didn't say this before, it's because Docker doesn't want others to know. That would affect his image as a judge. But just then Saya heard a noise from upstairs, so he drew his gun and asked him to take him upstairs. At the same time, Donald got a call from Herbie. The calla lily test has the result. Its surface shimmers because of its high nitrogen content, and there is only one reason for such a high nitrogen content. That means the flower was planted on or near the corpse. Hearing this, Donald was stunned. While in the room, Anton, who was smashed by Saya, showed his fierce face. Afterwards, police find 3 bodies from Anton's garden, which includes the missing Emma, missing TV producer, and Anton's biological mother. It turned out that Anton's mother often went abroad. Father is not the kind of person who will play with him, so mother sent him to boarding school, and it made dad feel abandoned, and thus got depression and eventually committed suicide. But even then mother didn't come home for the funeral, so he killed his mother in a fit of rage. But afterwards he found that the pain and anger had not diminished, so it started target anyone who reminds him of his mother. However, among those, Dockery is the last thing he wants to kill, because Docker is the only one who sees his essence, but still choose to love his woman unconditionally. It's the exact opposite of his mother. That's how it happened that day. After the cloud and rain for the two of them that night, Anton got up to take a shower, and then Docker gets a work call, so I opened the drawer to find paper and pen to record, but then she suddenly touched a necklace, and feel like I've seen it somewhere, so she ran back to the office to check the file results. It turned out that it belonged to Emma. She freaked out. Call your buddy Detective Fleming, but at this moment Anton came after him. Anton knows he can't explain, so I can only reluctantly kill Dockery, then fake the scene and knock down Bruno's name. So far, an unsolved case has finally been solved. Reddington, who rarely appeared in the investigation. Another crisis of confidence. The end of the last episode. Wu Jing's men found Robert. Tell Wu Jing that there is something she wants to talk to Robert about. With a curious attitude, Robert decided to meet Wu Jing. During the conversation between the two, Wu Jing revealed that Reddington was cooperating with the Bureau of Investigation. He also emphasized that the arrest of the two of them was planned by Reddington, and now he's going to build a team. He needs it badly, like Robert, who have had the same experience as him. Robert remained calm after hearing this. Later he went to find Reddington. Say Wu Jing's words verbatim. He wants to see what Reddington will explain. Unexpectedly, Reddington actually admitted all of them, so Robert turned around and found Wu Jing, informed him of the outcome of his conversation with Reddington. He can't understand why Reddington is doing this to him.
It doesn't pain me at all. When do we start?
Please pay attention to the latest video of the channel for the commentary of episode 5.